Why, hello there. Nice of you to join. I missed you. What's up, guys? What's up, Wing Chun? How you doing? First again. What's up, Lush? You're second. Yes. Lost to Wing Chun again. Hmm. Guess what? I got a new toilet. Oh, yeah. You know, the old toilet was a mess. Was a mess, okay? Didn't flush very well. When you flush, you had to hold onto the handle a little bit for it to flush all the way. If you don't, it doesn't flush all the way. Mm. Yeah, didn't have as much power. Okay, it was tiny, but now got a brand new toilet. All you gotta do is press a little bit, and then it flushes. Oh my god, can you believe that? The old one got clogged easily. This one, I don't think so. Seems very powerful. What's up, Nikki? How's it going? I have two. I have one toilet now. What's up, Sunnyside? Oh, it is daylight saving. Oh yeah, I forgot to warn people. Don't have to jiggle the handle. Oh god. Sometimes I had to pull the handle a little bit upwards, or it would keep on. The water would keep on flowing. Yeah, I think the next stream will be in the bathroom while I'm on the toilet. Okay, if I can somehow set that up, it'll be awesome. Me sitting on my throne, just reading. Literal stream. You'll be hearing my stream while watching my stream. Mm. Have you guys like sat on the toilet so much that it would numb your legs? You know, when you're sitting too much and your leg is numb? Sometimes I do that. I've done that before. Isn't everyone on their phone nowadays on the toilet? Everyone is doing that, right? Yeah. I Yeah, they should do a study or something. I'm pretty sure the amount of time that we spend on our toilets has been increasing. All the snacks will be drinks. No snacks that stream. Why not? Sometimes there's a traffic jam. Stop. Stop. It's not good to sit on the toilet for too long. It'll make your hemorrhoid worse. Are you speaking from experience, Losh? Yeah, well, you shouldn't do that. Probably should get up before that happens. But you know, sometimes that YouTube video is just too good. Can't stop. All right. It makes you grow a hemorrhoid. All right, enough of that talk. Let me get on to the games. You look at your phone too long sometimes. I forget where you are. Don't turn on TikTok on the toilet. Oh man. That's gonna be some numb legs in your future if you do that. All right, 1 second. One second. Window capture. All right. How long do you guys think this is going to take? Within 2 minutes? Let's try. Oh! Whoa! All right, let's see if we can get it on the third word. Spite. It's got to be spite, right? There's no other word? Spiet? Spite. Hell yeah. Okay, off to a good start. All right, let's see. Ooh, okay. Use dark mode. Fine. Oh shit, that is not dark mode. Oh, stop. What are you doing? There, are you happy? Okay, this looks okay. This is a red herring, right? It can't be. Mona Lisa, Statue of Liberty, Venus de Milo, Bowling, Sphinx, Joker, Russian Blue, Rug, White Russian, Liberty Bell, Comedy Mask, Turkish Angora, Ragamuffin. I don't even know what that is. Cheshire Cat. Okay. Bathrobe and Tower of Pisa. It can't be this, right? It can't be. Oh, wait. Liberty Bell? It can't be, right? Kind of obvious. Oh, this is smaller than the others. Is there another big thing? I'm gonna think that this is a red herring. Ah. But then what? It's not looking good. Bathrobe? Cheshire Cat. Okay, that's Alice in Wonderland. Is there anything about Alice in Wonderland? Joker? Cheshire Cat. A rug? A rug? What else is in Alice in Wonderland? What is a ragamuffin? Ah, Joker, Mona Lisa, art, Mona Lisa, White Russian, Russian Blue. I don't know. Statue of Liberty. That's in New York. Oh, in New York? Liberty Bell is not in New York. Where is the Liberty Bell? Sphinx would be in Egypt. Tower Pisa is in Italy. I don't get it. It doesn't. But this is the only thing. But it can't be. One away. Mona Lisa. Ah, it feels like a trick. Fuck you, you stupid. Okay. So, Tower Pizza. These are like humans. Statues of humans. Statues of humans? What? Joker. Bowling? White Russian. Rug. Turkish rug? Ragamuffin. Uh, what? I don't know. This is one away, huh? I think we know Venus de Milo is in. I'm thinking the Tower of Pisa is not there. It doesn't have like a human or a face. I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. Joker has a smile. Comedy mask also has. Cheshire Cat has a smile. Mona Lisa has a smile. Yeah, famous smiles. Okay. I thought we weren't even going to get one, but you know what? At least we get one. That's all I'm shooting for. Tower of Pisa. Okay. Statue of Liberty. Venus de Milo. Sphinx. One more. What is it? Guys. Sphinx. Rug. Russian blue. Bowling. Ragamuffin. White Russian. What? Rug. It's got to be these three plus one more. Is Turkish Angora something that I don't know about? Some kind of statue? Liberty Bell, right? It's a monument. It's a monument. All right, let's do it. Fuck! No! Not a monument? What is it? It must be these three. Is Ragamuffin a monument? Bathrobe. Liberty Bell. White Russian. Russian blue. White Russian. Is that a monument? I don't know. I can't read chat, so I don't know if you guys are like screaming at me. Oh god. Rug. Okay. Bathrobe. Okay, bathrobe can be kind of, fluffy. A rug. I don't know what a white Russian is. Is that a drink? Sounds like one. Oh god. Tower of Pisa. Tower of Pisa. All right, I'm gonna just guess. I'm sorry. I don't know. White Russian? Ragamuffin. I don't know. What? Cat breeds. Okay, I was thinking of the Sphinx. Okay, I don't know these, so I was never gonna guess that. Attractions iconically different from the original forms. Oh. Okay. Wait, we didn't do this? We did not do this combination? Oh, because I thought Tower of Pisa was not part of it. Fuck. Associated with the dude Lebowski. Okay, well. Yeah, no. Oh, God. Okay. Oh. What's up, Kaibyo Hime? How's it going? What's up, Benjamin? Psyduck, how you doing? I kept putting Sphinx. Fuck. I kept thinking of the Sphinx. We haven't seen that movie? I know. Yeah, I should watch that movie. It's a classic. Oh, you're not caught up yet? Okay. Let's hope Samantha will go a little bit better. Sounds like I'm saying Tower of Pizza. How do you say it? I said Tower of Pizza. Tower, pizza, food, pizza. Pizza? Treat. Win. Lose. Ooh. Contest. Attack. Fight. Toilet. Pizza. Tower of Pisa? Oh. Consume. Cat. Dog. Dong. Sorry. I did not mean that. Hemorrhoid? Why? Don't make me think of that. How do you even spell it? Hemorrhoid? Wait. Hemorrhoid? How do you spell hemorrhoid? What? Why? They made the word as disgusting as the actual thing. Hemorrhoid. There you go. Flush. Monument. Mineral. Paper. Win. What about a competition? What about an award? What about a speech? Stream. Win. Lose. Contest. How about a competitor? Monument. About athlete. How about sport? How about exam? Declaration of independence? A war? Participate? Concept. There. Wait, concept? There is pretty high. There? Over there? Here? Where? Everywhere. Oh, no. Games. Game. Cast. Oof. Gross. Near. Far. Where? We're gonna do this every time. Wherever. You are. Cheese. Bagel. There. This, that, and the other. Nope. What? Nope. I don't think it's one of those words. Location. Bite. Restaurant. Table. Come. Over. Fine. Go. There we tried. Watch. Stare. Take. Give. Attend. Map. Mayhem. Boundary. How about navigate? God. Truth. Getting kind of philosophical. When there, it's all tepid. Ship. Poop. Gift. Gone. Go. Tepid. Tepid is tepid. Tree. All right, we gotta just go random. Trunk. Keyboard. Music. Happy. Emotion. Sadness. Tears. Exist. Like existence. Boy. How about family? Car. Gargantuan. Bad. Good. Oh! We hit on something. Great. Amazing. How about morality? Goodness. Greatness. Okay. Bad. I think we did that. Holy. Product. Good. Yes. Rating. Oh. Right. Good and moral and right. And righteous. Nope. Good. Do good. Correct. High. Best score. Scoring. Nope. Forever. Did we try that? Forever. Good. Product we tried. Sound. Sounds good. Huh. It's very good. It's quite good. No. Improve. Whoa! Better. Improvement. Oh, yeah. All right. Good job, y'all. Wasn't that bad. It's like a normal cemental. Yeah. Enhanced. That was super quick. All right. All right. I dropped the ball on connections, but you know what? We all grabbed it back in cemental. So as a reward, I will eat some snacks. Fuck. All right. What about this? Ooh, what do you think this is? What is this guy? What is he? What is he? Do you think it's salty or sweet? I'm gonna say sweet. It better not be a banana. Okay. Smells not sweet. Is it potato? Looks like it. Could be. Potato or rice? Seems kind of like a rice cake. Yeah, rice cake with like some seasoning. Some sweet and salty seasoning. Not bad. Pretty good. Pretty good. Similar to like the seasoned rice cakes, the bigger seasoned rice cakes that you get in like Asian markets. Not bad. That's like a solid 7.9, baby. Crunch? Oh, excellent crunch. Like a 9 out of 10 crunch. Maybe he's a lemon or a giant grain of rice. Oh, do you think he's a giant grain of rice? Just a grain of rice? No, I think I don't think he's a grain of rice. I think he's a representation of the actual food. Yeah. Yeah, he's the rice cake, I think. Or maybe he's the company mascot. That is a nice crunch though. Okay. What do you guys think this is? Also looks like a rice cake, don't it? What's up, Christina? How's it going? Look like peanuts. Cookie? What do you think? Smells like the same thing, except in a giganto form. It's a big old rice cake. Ooh. Hold on. I'm gonna say it's like the same thing. Nice crunch. It's the same thing. The flavoring is a little bit different. A little bit sweeter. But still like the same kind of flavoring. Yeah, just a little bit different. Like a little more sugar than the other one. Even crunchier? Well, that's crunchy though. It's like an 8.5 crunchy. A giant round grain of rice. Which is better? I think the previous one was better because it was crunchier. Alright. Last one. Kablam! What do you think this is? Oh, you can already see it. This guy, not as cute as the other one. Oh, this one, the previous one had a little cute little lady. Little old lady. This one is like some kind of yokai monster that's gonna kill you. You wouldn't want to see that at night when you're sleeping. Look at this. Ah! Oh my goodness. Rice sticks? Do you think so? Ooh. Also crunchy. Too sweet. Very yummy. Oh. Kind of hard. It's a hard type of crunch. I'm not a fan of that. Maybe an 8 out of 10 crunch. Too sweet. I'm gonna say 7.2. All right. I had a hankering for some crunchy snacks today. That's why I chose these. Last guy's been on uppers for 2 days. Oh, you think so? Look at his eyes. His or her eyes. He's just like that. All right. Are you ready? So, what happened last week? What did happen? Mei Qiaofeng actually, remember she blocked an attack meant for her master Huang Yaoshi, right? And now she's dying. And as her final act, since she did not retrieve the 9 yin manual for her master, like she promised, she breaks both of her hands. Okay, like her master instructed her to do long ago, because she failed. Yeah, that's what she did. Her final act of as a good disciple. Now Huang Yaoshi is moved. Okay, he's like, "Oh, you broke your hands for me. I feel so happy." And he makes her his disciple again right before she dies. But you know what? She dies happy. So that's it. Mei Qiaofeng is out of the picture. The 6 freaks of Jiangnan, they arrive. Now Hong Yaoshi knows that they were Mei Chao Feng's enemies, so he's like, okay, well, as a favor to you, to my disciple who just died, he attacks them. And he uses Mei Chao Feng's corpse as a weapon, okay? Because he's badass like that. And he kind of just dominates the six freaks. And they all get seriously injured. They're about to die. And Guo Jing inside the hidden room, he sees this and he breaks out of the healing process. And he breaks the wall of the chamber that he and Huang Rong are hidden in. And he breaks out, and Hong Yaoshi sees his daughter, and he's overjoyed to see that his daughter is not dead. And he immediately jumps in he sees what's happening. He jumps in to heal Guo Jing, and he gets Guo Jing better in no time. Okay? Yeah, he's just that good. Now, Guo Jing and Hong Rong, they tell everyone what had happened. And although everyone just ends up listening to Hong Rong, because Guo Jing's storytelling is kind of clumsy as fuck. Now, Hong Yaoshi, after hearing all this, he vows to kill Ouyang Feng, Qiu Qianren, and Yang Kang. And just then, Sha Gu arrives. That's the silly girl. She arrives with a message from Zhou Botong saying that Hong Qigong is missing and that Zhou Botong himself is in trouble. And they also realize that Yang Kang had just stolen the dog beating stick. That's the symbol of the beggar clan. Mm-hmm. Now, Hong Rong decides that she must get the stick back before Yang Kang causes trouble in the beggar clan. But before leaving, Hong Rong takes her dad into the hidden chamber and tells him that one of the bodies is Chu Ling Feng, one of Huang Yaoshi's disciples. Okay, one of the disciples that he's looking for. Now, it turns out Chu Ling Feng had been stealing imperial treasures to try to regain the favor of Huang Yaoshi, because he knows that he knew that Huang Yaoshi liked these artistic things. However, in one of his missions, he must have gotten mortally wounded, and he just died. And they realize that Sha Gu, the silly girl, is Chu Ling Feng's daughter. Okay, so he died, leaving behind this daughter. Huang Yaoshi decides that he'll teach the daughter martial arts. Okay, and just then, Guo Jing's childhood eagles, they arrive, and they're pulling at Guo Jing. They panicked at something, and they lead the whole group into a forest where Guo Jing's Mongol friends are captured. They're captured by Ouyang Feng and Qiu Qianren. Ouyang Feng picks a fight with Huang Yaoshi, and he tells Qiu Qianren to handle the rest of the people. Okay, he's thinking that Qiu Qianren is a strong fighter, kind of on par with him. But as we all know, Qiu Qianren is a fraud. He sucks. So Qiu Qianren, he suddenly gets a stomachache. And he's like, oh, sorry, I can't fight. Gets a stomachache. He goes into the bushes to relieve himself. And he uses that moment to actually just escape. Okay. He leaves behind his robe, so everyone thinks he's just sitting there pooping. But he actually just ran away. Now, Ouyang Feng and Huang Yaoshi, they fight, but they're evenly matched. So Ouyang Feng removes himself from the fight and says that he's leaving. That's where we left off. How's that? He uses a ninja move, Genjutsu. Who do you hate more, Yang Kang or Ouyang Ke? Yang Kang's probably worse. Oh no, actually, wait. Ouyang Ke is like a rapist, isn't he? Probably Ouyang Ke is worse. But he's dead now, and I hate Yang Kang. He would love my new toilet? No. True. True. I just used my new toilet this morning for a number 2, a nice number 2. I'm like, very nice. Good flush. He hasn't raped anyone though? Young Ke? Doesn't he do that? Maybe not one of the main characters or one of the characters we know, isn't it? Doesn't he just capture women? He said that Hong Rong would be the first one he would rape. Oh. I assume he kidnaps them. And he just seduces them? I mean, how many people has he kidnapped? But even if Huang Rong was the first person that he would want to rape, wouldn't that make him the worst person? Because Yang Kang doesn't do that. What will happen to Ouyang Ke's devoted lady followers? True. They'll be so sad. Where would they go? All right. Yang Kang was introduced by sniffing Mu Niansu's shoes, to be fair. Well, who wouldn't sniff Mu Niansu's shoes? I think that's pretty normal. I'm sure it smells nice. Okay. Do. All right, you ready? Chapter 26, Part 2. Today's break song is one of your favorite live performances. Cool. Okay, so Ouyang Fang had just said that we'll meet again. And he turns to leave. Huang Yaoshi's expression shifted slightly. He extended his left hand protectively in front of his daughter. Guo Jing, noticing the subtle change, realized that Ouyang Fang was using an underhanded air palm strike aimed at Huang Rong as he turned to leave. Oh, bad. Seeing that Huang Yaoshi's reaction would be faster than his own, Guo Jing nevertheless roared and launched his fists at Ouyang Fang's chest to force him to redirect his attack. Ouyang Fang, feeling the counterforce from Huang Yaoshi's block, redirected his attack towards Guo Jing with even greater power. Utilizing both his own strength and the deflected force, the strike was now exceptionally formidable. Guo Jing dared not take it head on. In a flash, he rolled to the ground, narrowly evading the blow. He jumped to his feet, pale-faced with fear. Ouyang Fang sneered. Good boy. You've improved your skills since we last met. Ouyang Fang had used a counter-strike that borrowed the opponent's force, making him unpredictable. Yet Guo Jing managed to avoid it, surprising him greatly. The Jianan Six Freaks, sensing the situation escalate, formed a half-circle to block Ouyang Fang's path. However, Ouyang Fang ignored them. Yeah, they're like little pests. Striding forward boldly, Chen Jinfa and Han Xiaoying, intimidated, stepped aside and watched as he exited the forest. Huang Yaoshi could have rallied Guo Jing, Hong Rong, and the Six Freaks to surround and kill Ouyang Fang, to avenge Mei Chao Feng, but his pride prevented him from resorting to such tactics. He preferred to confront Ouyang Fang alone another time. Watching the Western poison leave, he merely sneered coldly. Guo Jing and Chen Jinfa hurried to untie Huazheng, Tolui, Jebe, and Borchu. Oh no. What are they going to think about Huazheng? Overjoyed to see Guo Jing alive, they cursed Yang Kang for spreading false rumors. Tolui said, That man named Yang claimed he had urgent business in Yuezhou. I thought he was trustworthy and gave him 3 fine horses for his journey. Oh no. Is Yang Kang going to the beggar clan? Is he going to claim to be their leader? Oh no, we got to stop him. It turned out that after hearing of Guo Jing's supposed death, Tolui, Huazheng, and the others had been grieving. Yang Kang, pretending to seek revenge for his sworn brother, had won their trust. While staying at an inn north of Linan, he had intended to kill Tolui. However, two beggar sect members, believing Yang Kang to be the rightful bearer of the sect leader's staff, kept close watch over him, patrolling outside his window throughout the night. Frustrated by their vigilance, Yang Kang eventually abandoned his plan and left the next day, tricking Tolui into giving him 3 fine horses before riding west with the two beggars. Tolui and the others, unaware of their near brush with death the previous night, were preparing to head north when the white condors unexpectedly turned south. They waited for half a day without the birds returning. Tolui, knowing the condors were extraordinary creatures. The translation just switched to condors now. Surmised they had a reason for flying south. Since there was no immediate rush to return to the north, they decided to wait at an inn for 2 days. On the 3rd day, the condors suddenly flew back, calling anxiously to Huazheng. Tolui and his party followed the condors' lead back south, only to encounter Qiu Qianren and Ouyang Feng in the forest. Qiu Qianren had been tasked by the Jin Empire to sow discord among Jiannan's martial heroes, to pave the way for a southern invasion by the Jin army. While he was scheming with Ouyang Feng in the woods, they came across Tolui, a Mongolian envoy, and immediately attacked. Despite their bravery, Tolui and his companions were no match for Ouyang Feng's martial prowess. The condors, initially tracking Little Red Horse, instead led their master and Hongrong to the scene in time to prevent a disaster. Without their timely intervention, Tolui and Huazheng would have perished without a trace in the forest. Huazheng, knowing parts of the story but confused about others, clung to Guo Jing's hand, laughing and chatting with him nonstop in Mongolian. Someone is not going to like that. Hongrong, seeing how intimate they were, felt increasingly annoyed. Moreover, Huazheng's constant Mongolian chatter, which she couldn't understand at all, only heightened her impatience. Huang Yaoxi noticed his daughter's expression and asked, "Runger, who is this foreign girl?" Hongrong sighed sadly and replied, "She's Brother Jing's betrothed." Huang Yaoxi was taken aback. "What did you say?" he asked. "You should ask him yourself," Hongrong muttered, lowering her head. Zhu Tong, who had foreseen trouble, quickly stepped forward and explained the situation tactfully, recounting how Guo Jing had been engaged to Huazheng during his time in Mongolia. Huang Yaoxi's anger surged. He glared at Guo Jing with a cold expression and said icily, "So, before coming to Peach Blossom Island to propose, you had already promised yourself to this girl in Mongolia?" Zhu Tong tried to mediate. "Perhaps we can find a way that satisfies both sides." Huang Yaoxi interrupted with a stern voice. "Runger, your father is going to do something, and you must not stop me." Trembling, Hongrong asked, "Father, what do you mean?" Huang Yaoxi declared, "I'm going to kill that brat and this foreign woman. My daughter and I won't stand for being humiliated." Hongrong quickly stepped forward and grabbed his right hand. "Father, Brother Jing told me he truly loves me. He never cared about that foreign girl." Huang Yaoxi snorted. "Huh, very well. If that's the case, then let him prove it. Hey, boy, kill this foreign girl to show where your heart lies." Oh, God. Guo Jing was utterly bewildered, frozen in place. Never in his life had he faced such a dilemma. His mind, slow by nature, was completely paralyzed by the demand. Huang Yaoxi pressed on coldly. "You were already engaged, but still came to me, seeking another betrothal. How do you explain that?" The Jiangnan six freaks, seeing Huang Yaoshi's deadly expression, knew that Guo Jing's life hung by a thread. They quietly prepared themselves, though they knew that with Huang Yaoshi's superior skills, any resistance would be futile. Guo Jing, incapable of lying, replied honestly, I only wish to spend my life with Rong-er. Without her, I couldn't survive. Huang Yaoshi's expression softened slightly. Fine, he said. You don't have to kill her, but from now on, you must never see her again. Guo Jing hesitated, and Huang Rong interjected. Is it that important for you to see her? Guo Jing replied earnestly. I've always treated her like a little sister. I might miss her from time to time if I never saw her again. Huang Rong smiled sweetly. You can see whomever you want. I trust you won't truly fall for her. Wow. It's a little open-minded here, isn't she? What? Huang Yaoshi relented. Very well. In front of everyone here, this foreign girl's brother, your six masters, and me, state clearly, do you intend to marry my daughter or this foreign girl? This compromise was a significant departure from Huang Yaoshi's usual prideful nature. He had only restrained himself out of love for his daughter. This is the most sane Huang Yaoshi has ever been. Guo Jing lowered his head in thought. He glanced at the items on his waist. The golden knife gifted by Genghis Khan and the dagger from Chu Chu Chi. His mind raced. My father instructed me to form an unbreakable bond with Yang Kang. Yet, how can that be, given the kind of person he is? Uncle Yang Ironheart wanted me to marry Mu Nianzi, but that's also impossible. Clearly, not all decisions made by my elders must be followed. My engagement to Hua Zheng was arranged by Genghis Khan, but should I let this separate me from Rong-er's? But should I let this separate me from Rong-er for life? Resolving himself, Guo Jing raised his head just as Tului, having heard Zhu Tong's explanation, understood the situation. He saw Guo Jing's hesitation and felt a surge of fury. Drawing a wolf-fanged arrow from his quiver, he held it firmly and declared, Guo Jing Anda, a true man walks the earth and stands by his word. If you have no feelings for my sister, then we will not beg you. Our brotherhood ends here. You once saved my father's life and risked yours for me. I will care for your mother in the north, and if you wish to bring her south, I'll arrange for her safe passage. You have my word as a man. With that, he snapped the arrow in two and threw it to the ground in front of Guo Jing. Tului's resolute words jolted Guo Jing. He recalled their adventures in the Mongolian plains, full of youthful camaraderie. He's right. A true man stands by his word. I gave my word to marry Hua Zheng. If I break that promise, how can I face anyone? Even if Huang Yaoshi kills me today and Rong-er hates me for life, I have no choice. Oh no. He raised his head and declared, Master Huang, my 6 teachers, Tului Anda, and my mentors Jebe and Borchu, I, Guo Jing, am not a man without honor. I must fulfill my engagement to Hua Zheng. Did not see where that was going. Did not expect that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Guo Jing repeated his statement in both Chinese and Mongolian, leaving everyone stunned. Yeah, everyone is stunned. Tului and Hua Zheng were overjoyed, while the Jiangnan 6 praised their disciples' integrity, admiring his unyielding courage. Huang Yaoshi, however, glanced at him coldly, a mocking smile tugging at his lips. Huang Rong was heartbroken. After a long silence, she slowly stepped forward and carefully examined Hua Zheng. Seeing her strong, athletic build, sharp eyebrows, and large, expressive eyes, full of vitality, she couldn't help but sigh deeply. Brother Jing, she said, I understand now. She belongs with you. You two are like the pair of white condors soaring across the vast plains. I'm just a little swallow flitting beneath the willow trees of Jiangnan. Guojing stepped forward and gently held her hands. Runger, I don't know if you're right or wrong, but I only have you in my heart. You know that. No matter what others say, even if I were burned to ashes, my heart would still belong to you. What are you doing? Tears welled in Huang Rong's eyes. Then why did you say you'd marry her? Guojing replied earnestly. I'm a fool. I don't understand complex things. I only know that once I give my word, I can't go back on it. But I never lie, Runger. No matter what, my heart has only you in it. Huang Rong felt both relieved and sorrowful. After a moment, she smiled faintly. Brother Jing, if we had known things would turn out like this, we should have stayed on Bright Cloud Island and never returned. Wouldn't that have been better? Huang Yaoshi suddenly raised his long eyebrows and shouted, That's easy! Oh no! He raised his sleeve and struck out with his palm at Hua Zheng. Huang Rong knew her father's thoughts well. Seeing the cold glint in his eyes, she realized he intended to kill. Before his palm could strike, she dashed in front of Hua Zheng to block him. Huang Yaoshi had to slow his strike to avoid harming his daughter. Huang Rong quickly grabbed Hua Zheng's arm and yanked her off the horse. With a resounding wham, Huang Yaoshi's palm hit the saddle. At first, the horse seemed unaffected, but gradually its head drooped and its legs gave out. It collapsed into a heap on the ground and died. Wouldn't be a Wuxia story without a dead horse. Bells for the horse. Losh, I can't make two women happy, so I decided to make them both unhappy. This was a robust Mongolian warhorse, not as legendary as a blood-sweating stallion, but still a strong and healthy steed. Huang Yaoshi's effortless strike that killed it in an instant demonstrated his astonishing martial prowess. Tolui, Hua Zheng, and the others were terrified, realizing that if the strike had landed on Hua Zheng, she would have been instantly killed. Huang Yaoshi was momentarily stunned that his daughter had intervened to save Hua Zheng. Then he understood. If he killed this foreign girl, Guojing would undoubtedly turn against him and become his enemy. He sneered inwardly. Let him turn against me. Does he think I'm afraid of him? But as he looked at his daughter's sorrowful face, filled with deep, unwavering love, he shuddered. It was the same expression his wife had worn before her death. Huang Rong bore a striking resemblance to her late mother, and seeing this look brought back painful memories of his grief and madness from 15 years ago. He sighed deeply and softly recited, the heavens and earth are like a furnace, creation the artisan. Yin and yang are the fuel, and all living things the metal being forged. Huang Rong stood motionless, tears silently streaming down her cheeks. Han Baozhu tugged at Zhu Tong's sleeve and whispered, What's he singing about? Zhu Tong replied softly, It's from an essay by a Han scholar named Jia. It says that life and all living things are like being tormented in a giant furnace, endlessly refined and tempered. Han Baozhu scoffed. He's got all these incredible skills. What's he got to be tormented about? Zhu Tong didn't answer, merely shaking his head. Huang Yaoshi spoke gently. Runger, let's go back. You'll never see this boy again. Huang Rong replied, No, father. I still have to go to Yuezhou. My master wants me to lead the beggar clan. Huang Yaoshi chuckled softly. Being a beggar chief sounds tedious. What's the fun in that? I promised my master, Hongrong said firmly. Well, try it out for a few days. If you find it too dirty, hand it off to someone else right away. Will you see this boy after that? Hongrong glanced at Guo Jing, whose gaze was full of tender affection for her. Turning back to her father, she said, Father, if he truly marries someone else, then I'll marry someone else too. But if his heart only has me, then my heart will only have him. Huang Yaoshi laughed. Ha 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 ha. Good. A daughter of Peach Blossom Island won't be taken advantage of. But what if the man you marry doesn't let you stay close to him? Hongrong snorted. Who dare stop me? I'm your daughter, aren't I? Huang Yaoshi sighed. Hey, silly girl. Your father won't live for many more years. Tears welled in Hongrong's eyes. Father, if he treats me like this, how could I live long? How could I live long either? Huang Yaoshi asked. Then why stay with this heartless boy? Hongrong's voice was filled with sorrow as she said, Every day I spend with him is a day of happiness. The father and daughter's conversation left the Jiangnan Six Freaks bewildered. Though eccentric themselves, they were stunned by the unconventional nature of their exchange. During the Song dynasty, strict Confucian values dictated social norms, but Huang Yaoshi, who openly defied those conventions, had long earned the title Eastern Heretic. His daughter, influenced by his rebellious philosophy, viewed love and marriage without any regard for conventional ideals of chastity and virtue. To outsiders, their words were shocking, yet they spoke as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Even Ku Zhen-e and his companions, usually open-minded, could only shake their heads in disbelief. Guo Jing was deeply troubled, wanting to comfort Hongrong, but unsure what to say. He was never skilled with words, and now he was completely at a loss. Huang Yaoshi glanced at his daughter, then at Guo Jing. Suddenly, he let out a long, resonant howl that echoed through the forests, startling a flock of magpies from the treetops. Ow! The birds circled above, their cries filling the sky. Hongrong called out playfully. Magpies! Magpies! Tonight the cowherd and weaver girl are meeting. Hurry and build a bridge for them. Huang Yaoshi grabbed a handful of sand and pebbles and flung them into the air. More than 10 magpies fell from the sky, dead. Without another word, he turned and strode away. In the blink of an eye, his figure vanished into the forest. That's a story about the stars. What stars are they? Altair and something. Hold on, let me look it up. Altair and Vega. Huang Yaoshi grabbed a handful of sand and pebble. Tolui didn't understand much of the conversation, but he was pleased that Guo Jing had upheld his promise. Anda, he said, I hope your great endeavors succeed, and we'll meet again in the north. Huazhang added, Take these white condors with you. Come back soon. Guo Jing nodded. Tell my mother that I'll avenge my father's death. After saying their goodbyes, Tolui, Huazhang, Jebe, and Borchu mounted their horses and rode out of the forest. Han Xiaoying asked Guo Jing, What do you plan to do now? I plan to find Master Hong, Guo Jing replied. Ku Zhen-e nodded. Exactly. Master Hong has visited our home, so our family must be quite worried. We should head back immediately. Once you find Master Hong, invite him to come to Jiaxing to recover. Guojing agreed, bowed to his 6 masters, and then departed with Hongrong, returning to Linan. That evening, the two sneaked back into the imperial palace and carefully searched the royal kitchen area, hoping to find Hong Qigong. However, there was no trace of him. They captured and questioned a few eunuchs, but all claimed that no spies or intruders had been spotted recently. Somewhat reassured, they figured that although Hong Qigong had lost his martial arts, his wisdom and experience would surely help him escape danger. Since the date for the Beggar Clan's grand meeting was drawing near, they could not afford further delays. The next morning, they rode westward. Okay. I feel like they got over that super quick. They should have probably have some discussions over what just happened. I feel like that's kind of a big thing. But okay. At this time, half of China was under Jin occupation. The Huai River marked the eastern border, and San Pass defined the western boundary. The southern Song's remaining territories included only the regions of Liangzhi, Jiangnan, Jinghu, Sichuan, and a few others, 15 in total. The nation was in decline, its lands shrinking rapidly. One day, as they entered Jiangnan's western region, they ascended a long ridge. Suddenly, a cool breeze swept through, followed by a large mass of dark clouds moving swiftly from the east. Though it was midsummer, the sky quickly turned ominous. With a thunderclap, a heavy downpour began, the raindrops pelting down like soybeans. Guojing opened an umbrella to shield Hongrong, but a fierce gust of wind tore the canopy off, leaving only the bare handle in his hand. Hongrong burst into laughter. Look at you. You've got a dog beating stick now. Guojing laughed along with her. They looked around, but saw no shelter in sight. Guojing removed his outer garment to cover Hongrong from the rain. She smiled and said, "It won't help much. It'll be soaked soon anyway." "Then let's run," Guojing suggested. Hongrong shook her head. "Brother Jing, I read a story once. One day it rained heavily. Travelers rushed along the road, but one man walked slowly. Curious, someone asked him why he wasn't hurrying. The man said, 'It's raining just as much ahead. Running won't keep me any drier.'" Guojing chuckled. That makes sense. Hongrong, however, thought of something else. Huazheng. Okay. "Our future is already filled with sorrow and hardship. No matter how we try to move forward, we can't avoid or escape it. It's just like this rainstorm on the ridge." They continued walking slowly in the downpour until they found a farmhouse on the other side of the ridge where they sought refuge. Their clothes and shoes were soaked through. Oh, I hate that, especially the shoes. They borrowed dry clothes from the farmers. Hongrong found amusement in wearing an old peasant woman's patched outfit. Suddenly, she heard Guojing groaning from the other room. Alarmed, she rushed over. "What's wrong?" Hey. You need some privacy." Guojing was holding the painting that Huang Yaoshi had given him, his face full of distress. The painting had been ruined by the rain. Oh no. Hongrong exclaimed, "What a pity!" She took the painting and saw that the paper was damaged and the ink blurred beyond repair. Just as she was about to set it aside, she noticed faint characters appearing near the poem written by Han Shizhong. Intrigued, she leaned closer to examine it. Ooh, a secret message. All right. Good time for a break, I think. All right, give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. So they found a secret message. Let's see what it says. Due to the rain-soaked paper, hidden writing on the backing layers had become visible. Though partially obliterated, Huangrong could discern 4 lines. She carefully deciphered what remained. Wu Mu's secret document, Iron Palm, Central Peak, second section. Wu Mu's secret document, is this that military manual? This refers to the Wu Mu's secret document, Guo Jing exclaimed. Hongrong nodded. No doubt about it. That scoundrel Wen Yan Honglia believed it was hidden in the Imperial Palace's Tuihan Hall. He obtained the stone box but found no document. It seems these 4 lines hold a crucial clue. Iron Palm, Central Peak. Such an amazing voice. Yeah, that was a good voice. She paused to think. At the Guiyun Manor, I overheard Brother Lu and your 6 masters discussing that con artist Chu Qianrun. They said he's the leader of the Iron Palm sect, which holds great power across Hunan and Hubei. Could the Wu Mu secret document really be connected to him? Was that song live? Yep, that was done live, not in studio. Guo Jing shook his head. If it involves Chu Qianrun, I wouldn't trust it no matter what. Hongrong smiled. Neither would I. Okay, so are we going to the Iron Palm sect? On the 14th day of the 7th lunar month, they entered the Jinghu region. By midday the next day, they reached Yuezhou. After asking for directions, they rode towards Yueyang Tower. Ascending the tower, they ordered some food and wine. The scenery of Dongting Lake spread before them, vast and endless, with emerald waters stretching to the horizon. Mountains encircled the lake, their peaks shrouded in mist, majestic and awe-inspiring. The sight was both grand and ethereal, presenting a contrast to the tranquil beauty of Lake Tai. After admiring the view for a while, their food and wine arrived. The Hunan dishes were spicy and didn't quite suit their tastes, but the large bowls and long chopsticks carried an air of rustic grandeur. As they ate, Guo Jing noticed the calligraphy on the walls. He began reciting The Record of Yueyang Tower by Fan Chongyuan. When he reached the lines, to worry before all others and to rejoice after all others, he read them aloud. What do you think of these words? Hongrong asked. Guo Jing pondered the phrase, lost in thought. Hongrong continued, The writer of this piece, Lord Fan, was a remarkable man, renowned for both his literary talent and military prowess. He once commanded great respect in the Western Xia. Guo Jing asked her to tell him more about Fan Zhongyan's life, hearing of his hardships, losing his father at a young age, his mother's remarriage, and his later dedication to the welfare of the common people. Guo Jing was filled with admiration. He poured a full bowl of wine, raised it high, and drank it all in one go. A true hero should indeed have such a heart, to worry for the world's troubles, and to rejoice when others do. Hongrong smiled. That's admirable, but there's a catch. The world has more worries than joys. Doesn't that mean someone like him would never find happiness? Guo Jing gave her a small smile. Brother Jing, Hongrong said softly, I don't care about the world's worries and joys. If you're not by my side, I'll never be happy. Her voice grew quieter, her expression turning melancholic. Guo Jing knew she was thinking about their future and the uncertainty of their relationship. He lowered his head, unable to find the right words to comfort her. Hongrong suddenly lifted her head and smiled. Forget it. It's all just part of life anyway. Have you ever heard someone sing Fan Chongyang's Silver Lamp song? Guo Jing shook his head. Of course not. Tell me about it. Hongrong said, The second half of the poem goes like this. Human life never lasts 100 years. In youth, we're foolish. In old age, we're frail. Only in the brief period of youth do we have vitality. Why then should we let fleeting fame bind us? A high rank or great wealth? Ask the white hares. How can they be avoided? She then explained the poem's meaning. Guojing nodded thoughtfully. He's advising people not to waste their precious youth chasing fame, rank, and fortune. That makes a lot of sense. Hongrong softly recited, Wine enters the sorrowful heart, transforming into tears of longing. Guojing looked at her curiously. Is that also one of Fan Chongyan's poems? Hongrong nodded. Yes. Great heroes and mighty figures are not without emotions either. The two shared a few more drinks together. Hongrong glanced around the hall and noticed 3 elderly beggars sitting at a square table to the east. Although their patched clothes showed signs of poverty, they were clean and orderly, clearly important figures from the beggar clan, likely attending tonight's clan gathering. Ooh, what's gonna happen? Is Young Kang gonna be there? The rest of the patrons appeared to be ordinary merchants and travelers. Outside, the cicadas chirped incessantly from a large willow tree near the building. Hongrong remarked, These cicadas keep calling Ji Liao, Ji Liao. I know. But what do they really know? Turns out there are boastful creatures even among insects. They remind me of someone. I've been thinking about him a lot lately. Guojing quickly asked, Who? She chuckled. That big braggart. Iron palm flying on water, Qiu Qianren. Guojing burst into laughter. That old fraud. Before he could finish, a strange voice interrupted from the corner of the hall, dripping with sarcasm. Not even iron palm flying on water, Qiu Qianren, is worthy of your respect. Such big talk. Now, who is this? Startled, Guojing and Hongrong turned to see a dark-skinned, ragged old beggar squatting in the corner. He was grinning at them with amusement. Seeing that he was part of the beggar clan, Guojing relaxed. The old beggar's expression seemed friendly, so Guojing respectfully cupped his hands and said, Elder, would you care to join us for a few drinks? Why not? The old beggar agreed and shuffled over. Hongrong called for an extra set of tableware, poured him a cup of wine, and smiled. Please sit down and drink. The old beggar shook his head. Begging folk like me don't deserve to sit on chairs. He sat on the floor, pulled out a broken bowl and bamboo chopsticks from a sack on his back, and stretched out his bowl. Just give me whatever leftovers you have. Guojing was taken aback. That wouldn't be respectful. Please tell us what you'd like to eat, and we'll have the kitchen prepare it. The beggar replied, Begging folk should act like begging folk. If I pretended to be something I'm not, then I'd better quit begging altogether. If you want to give alms, give alms. If not, I'll go beg elsewhere. He's really leaning to the begging role, isn't he? Hongrong smiled at Guojing and said, He's right. She emptied their leftover food into the beggar's bowl. He then took some cold rice balls from his sack and began eating heartily. Hongrong discreetly counted the bundles on his back, 3 stacks of 3 sacks, totaling 9. She noticed that the 3 beggars at the other table also each carried 9 sacks. However, unlike this old beggar, those 3 were feasting on a lavish meal. They did not even glance at the old beggar, though their expressions hinted at some discontent. The old beggar continued eating until the sound of footsteps approached from the stairwell. Guojing turned and saw several people coming up, led by 2 beggars, none other than the fat and skinny beggars who had accompanied Yang Kang at New Family Village. They're all highest-ranking elders? Yeah. So 9 sacks is the highest you can have. When Yang Kang appeared behind them, he froze upon spotting Guojing. Oh shit. His face pale with shock. After a moment of hesitation, he quickly turned and fled down the stairs, whispering something to the fat beggar. The fat beggar followed him, while the skinny one walked over to the table with the three senior beggars and spoke quietly. The three immediately stood up and left the hall. Meanwhile, the old beggar paid no attention and continued eating. Hongrong walked to the window and saw a group of more than 10 beggars escorting Yang Kong away to the west. 10 beggars? Oh, he's important now, isn't he? Yang Kong glanced back and made eye contact with Hongrong, then swiftly turned and quickened his pace. The old beggar finished his meal, licked his bowl clean, wiped his chopsticks on his clothes, and stored them back in his sack. Hongrong observed him closely and noticed that his face was deeply wrinkled and sorrowful. His hands were unusually large, nearly twice the size of an average person's, with thick, bulging veins, clearly the result of a lifetime of hardship. Guojing stood up and said respectfully, "Elder, please take a seat so that we can chat." The old beggar chuckled. "I'm not used to sitting on chairs. Since you two are disciples of Chief Hong, we're of the same rank despite your youth. I may be older, but you can call me Big Brother. My surname is Lu, and my name is Lu Yo Jiao." Guojing and Hongrong exchanged glances. "So, he already knows who we are," they thought. Hongrong grinned. "Big Brother Lu, your name is quite amusing." Lu Yo Jiao chuckled. "There's an old saying. A poor man without a stick gets bullied by dogs. I don't have a stick, but I do have 2 stinky feet. If a dog comes to harass me, I'll kick it in the head and send it running with its tail between its legs." Yo Jiao means has feet. Okay, Lu has feet. Hongrong laughed and clapped her hands. "Great! If dogs knew the meaning of your name, they'd run away at the moment they saw you." Lu Yojiao laughed. "I've heard from Brother Li about the deeds you two accomplished in Baoying. It's truly impressive, proof that ambition doesn't rely on age. No wonder Chief Hong holds you in such high regard." Guojing stood and bowed in thanks. Lu Yojiao continued. "Earlier, I heard you discussing Qiu Qianren and the Iron Palm sect. It seems you don't know much about him." Hongrong nodded. "That's right. We were hoping you could enlighten us." Lu Yojiao said gravely, "Qiu Qianren is the leader of the Iron Palm sect. In the regions of Hunan, Hubei, and Sichuan, their influence is immense. The sect's members commit all kinds of heinous crimes, robbery, murder, you name it. Initially, they merely colluded with corrupt officials, but now they've become even bolder, bribing high-ranking authorities and taking control themselves. Worst of all, they've secretly allied with the Jin Empire, coordinating attacks from within and without." Hongrong said, "That old Qiu Qianren is nothing but a con artist. How did he manage to make such a big name for himself?" Lu Yojiao replied seriously, "Miss, don't underestimate him. Qiu Qianren is extremely formidable." Hongrong chuckled. "Oh? Have you seen him before?" Lu Yojiao shook his head. "No, but I've heard that he's been living in seclusion in the mountains, practicing his iron palm technique for over 10 years without coming down." Magic? Hongrong laughed. "You've been fooled. I've met him several times and even fought with him. As for his so-called iron palm technique, ha 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 ha." She giggled at the thought of Qiu Qianren faking a stomachache to escape and glanced at Guojing, who also couldn't help but smile. Lu Yojiao, however, maintained his serious expression. "I may not know what tricks they've played, but the Iron Palm sect has gained a lot of power in recent years. They're not to be taken lightly. Guojing, worried that Lu might be offended, quickly said, Big Brother Lu is right. Ronger just likes to joke around. Hongrong protested, When have I ever laughed for no reason? Oh no, my stomach hurts. She clutched her belly and imitated Qiu Qianren's voice, making Guojing laugh out loud as he recalled the incident. Seeing Guojing laugh, Hongrong abruptly stopped and changed the subject. Big Brother Lu, those 3 men who were drinking here earlier, do you know them? Lu Youjiao sighed. Hey, you two aren't outsiders, so I'll tell you. Has Chief Hong ever mentioned that our beggar clan is divided into 2 factions, the clean clothes and the dirty clothes? Both Guojing and Hongrong shook their heads. No, our master has never mentioned it. Lu Youjiao explained. The division within the clan isn't a good thing. Chief Hong despises it and has worked tirelessly to unify the 2 factions. But he's never succeeded. Under Chief Hong, there are 4 elders in the beggar clan. Hongrong quickly added, That I know. Master told me about the 4 elders. Since Hong Qigong was still alive, she didn't reveal that he had instructed her to become the next clan leader. Lu Youjiao nodded. I'm the Western Route elder. Those 3 men you saw earlier are also elders. Hongrong grinned. I get it. You're the leader of the Dirty Clothes faction, and they're the leaders of the Clean Clothes faction. Hey, which faction would you guys want to be in? The dirty one or the clean one? Guojing was surprised. Huh? How do you know that? Hongrong laughed. Look at how dirty Big Brother Lu's clothes are, and how clean theirs were. Big Brother Lu, I think the Dirty Clothes faction isn't great. Your clothes are filthy and uncomfortable. If you all washed your clothes more often, wouldn't the 2 factions be the same? True. Just wash your clothes. Come on. Lu Youjiao's face darkened with anger. You're a rich family's daughter. Of course you think beggars are filthy. He stomped his foot and stood up. Guojing quickly tried to apologize, but Lu Youjiao stormed off without a word, descending the stairs in a fury. Hongrong stuck out her tongue. Jingege, I upset Big Brother Lu. Don't scold me. Guojing chuckled. Hongrong added, I was really worried just now. Worried about what? Guojing asked. Hongrong replied with a straight face. I was afraid he'd lift his foot and kick you. That would have been terrible. Guojing laughed. Why would he kick me? Even if you offended him, that doesn't mean he'd kick someone. He'd kick someone. Hongrong smiled but didn't respond. Guojing stood there, puzzled. Hongrong sighed. Why don't you think about the origin of his name? Suddenly, Guojing understood and exclaimed, Ah, so you were indirectly calling me a dog. He stood up and reached out, pretending to tickle her. Hongrong laughed and dodged him, playfully avoiding his grasp. What a lonely sentence on this one page. All right, cool. How did you guys like that chapter? Okay, we learned a little bit about the beggar clan. Okay, turns out there's kind of a little bit of some conflict between the 2 factions in the beggar clan. Psyduck. Well, him getting upset makes me think clean is absolutely better with no caveats or anything. So I'm pretty sure we're meant to think that the Dirty Clothes faction is better. Their love story is getting a bit sad, yeah? Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. Well, Hua Zheng is going to be heartbroken, right? At the end. There's no way she can compete with Hongrong. You don't know how Huajeng can just leave her fiance and his girlfriend continue their journey. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. People just seem to come and go without much rhyme or reason in this story. No. Yeah. So there's a conflict in the beggar clan. I think we can exploit that, right? Maybe we'll solve it. And then Yang Kang is now going to cause trouble, right? I think he wants to be the leader, and they're kind of treating him very importantly. Dirty Clothes faction thinks the clean faction guys are fake beggars. They are fake beggars. They're eating like not beggars at all. They're eating lavish, nice meals. Okay? That's not what I think about when I think of beggars. It's stolen valor. All right. All right. Cheers. One beggar even got himself fat. Yeah, what's up with the fat beggars, huh? Man, the beggars clan is not what it used to be. We used to have starving, dirty beggars in our clan, but now we got these clean clothes, fat, lavish food eating motherfuckers. It will be clean clothes with Yang Kang and dirty clothes with Hong Rong. Oh, okay. You think that Yang Kang is gonna lead the clean guys, and then Hong Rong leads the dirty guys? Maybe. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Who gets the stick though? Well, I think one thing that Huang Rong has going for her is that she knows the dog beating stick techniques, right? While Yang Kang doesn't know. So all she has to do is demonstrate it, and then Yang Kang would be what? He wouldn't be able to compete. We all know that everyone would know that he stole the stick. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe he'll have a trick up his sleeve. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. I think the next chapter would be a Beggar Clan chapter. No? Sounds like fun. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad you joined me. Thanks for joining. I love you. I will see you next time. All right. Have a good one. Bye.